Jai Meher Baba.
Yeah, Jai Baba. Uh, Ashok ji, you can start.
Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. The seven realities: existence, love, sacrifice, renunciation, knowledge, control, and surrender. I give no importance to creed, dogma, caste, or the performance of religious ceremonies and rites, but to the understanding of the following. 1. The only real existence is that of the one and only God, who is the self in every finite self. 2. The only real love is the love for this infinity God, which arouses an intense longing to see, know, and become one with its truth, God. 3. The only real sacrifice is that in which, in pursuance of this love, all things, body, mind, position, welfare, and even life itself are sacrificed. 4. The only real renunciation is that which abandons, even in the midst of worldly duties, all selfish thoughts and desires. 5. The only real knowledge is the knowledge that God is the inner dweller in good people and in so called bad, in saint and in so called sinner. This knowledge requires you to help all equally as circumstances demand, without expectation of reward, when compelled to take part in a dispute, to act without the slightest trace of enmity or hatred, to try to make others happy with brotherly or sisterly feeling for each one, and to harm no one in thought, word, or deed, not even those who harm you. 6. The only real control is the discipline of the senses to abstain from indulgence in low desires, which alone ensures absolute purity of character. 7. The only real surrender is that in which poise is undisturbed by any adverse circumstance, and the individual, amidst every kind of hardship, is resigned with perfect calm to the will of God. Karthik, I just have a small comment. These seven realities is shown as seven steps in the Pune Center. You know, existence, love, sacrifice, renunciation, knowledge, control, and surrender. So you start with existence and end with surrender. So thank you, Karthik, and over to you.
Thank you, Jai Baba. And thanks for reading the message. And yes, that is in many of the centers, they have followed that design.
Oh, okay, okay.
Uh, yeah, I've seen it in many of the Andhra centers, the same design. Yeah. So Baba's photo or a statue is after surrender, and then you have this seven steps.
Yes, yes.
O- Okay, so we are in Hamirpur, and this is Baba's second visit to Hamirpur. And we finished the first chapter, and we're now reading the second chapter. The title is Discomforts and Delights of the Hamirpur Darshan. Anybody wants to start off by reading
I
today?
can
Yeah,
start.
Baba, I
Can,
want to start.
okay.
Okay, I'll leave you guys to decide who first.
I was first, actually.
Okay,
Go.
done.
Technically, I was first, but ladies first. Okay, Namita, go
No, no,
ahead.
no. I am sacrificing my whole life for you. Go ahead.
Sacrifice for Baba, please.
Jai Baba,
Okay,
please.
Jai
Yeah, Baba.
Baba. Discomforts and Delights of Hamirpur Darshan, 1954, Part 3. The Avatar Swim has rhyme and reason. Traveling with Meher Baba was an unforgettable experience. In many ways, it was like one's inner journey to him, made manifest and perhaps intensified in the process. Sometimes all of one's resources, physical, mental, and emotional, were not only into play, but strained to the utmost. However, these occasions were suffused with a sense of divine purpose and fulfillment. Nice beginning, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful words. I mean, poetic.
Mm.
That's going to say the same thing. Yeah.
But if
Read,
one's mind,
read,
yeah, sorry.
read again if you if it's
Yeah,
okay
no
with.
problem. Yeah. Okay,
Sure.
let's reread. Traveling with Meher Baba was an unforgettable experience. In many ways, it was like one's inner journey to him, made manifest and perhaps intensified in the process. Sometimes all of one's resources, physical, mental, and emotional, were not only brought into play, but strained to the utmost. However, these occasions were suffused with a sense of divine purpose and fulfillment. But if one's mind and body and emotions were overtaxed, one's heart often experienced an exhilarating sense of delight, which belied the restrictions and hardships one traveled under. Perhaps this is why people were eager to journey with Baba whenever he traveled. Up to Ichwara, beloved Baba had agreed to travel in bullock carts, but he did not seem at all pleased with the car, and the bus had not arrived as planned. Gaya Prasad Khare, a local Baba lover, was to be Baba's host at Rath. He was also the proprietor of a local bus service and owned two buses and a car. His son Adarsh was in charge of the transportation, but Adarsh was with the bus and car heading towards Baukar, and there was no way to get in touch with him. Everyone was upset at the inconvenience caused to Baba by the absence of vehicles. Shripad Sahai Rawat, known as Shri Bhai, was sent out on cycle by Baba's Hamirpur lovers to find out what had happened to them. The road from Ichwara, Ichwa,
Chaura. Ichaura.
Ichaura to
Ichaura.
Nauranga was not in the real sense of the word a road at all. There were irrigation canals in that area, and a dirt track had been scraped out parallel to them, with the bridges periodically crossing the canals connecting these tracks to facilitate their inspection by the government canal inspection officers. These roads had been repaired by Baba lovers so that his car could travel over them, but recent rains had destroyed the result of all their labor. Shribai, after cycling for some miles, returned with the news that the roads were so muddy that he had great difficulty traveling on them with his bike, and that it seems highly unlikely that a car or bus would be able to reach them from Naranga. So, with some hesitation, Baba and his party again got into bullock carts and started off. The journey, however, soon proved to be a rather perilous one. The path in places was quite steep and very slippery with the mud, so that these carts slid from side to side and at times threatened to overturn completely. Fortunately, the entire party made it to Baukar, a village approximately 6 kilometers from Ichaura, without a mishap. Imagine sitting on this cart with Baba.
Yes.
Baba had arranged to give darshan here, but as the village was small, the Meher lovers there thought it would be best to hold the darshan program at the government canal inspection house, which was located just outside the village. One of the villagers, a devotee of Baba's who worked as a land surveyor, agreed to the proposal, but he didn't have the authority to open the house itself for anyone's use. So it was decided to simply use the veranda. Shiv Prasad and some of the other Baba lovers of Baukar set up a platform there, but to everyone's surprise, when Baba arrived, he insisted that a carpet be spread on the ground in front of the veranda, and it was from here that he gave darshan. The radiant peacefulness and the beauty of Baba's face filled the open air. He gazed at the assembled villagers with a loving look and gave the following message: consider me as one of you and try to love me, but do it honestly, because God wants honesty. If you love me, you will find me in your hearts and homes. I give you my blessings. Although the Baba lovers were naturally overjoyed to have Baba's darshan, still some were troubled that Baba had refused to use the platform on the veranda of the bungalow. They had put up their hearts into decorating it nicely, and they wondered if they had done something to displease Baba. The reason became clearer the next day when a high government official visited the inspection house and came to know of Meher Baba's darshan program. He remarked that the local Baba lover did not have the authority to give permission for the veranda to be used for any purpose whatsoever, and he reported the incident to the head office, demanding that the land surveyor immediately be transferred from Baukar. The surveyor explained that although he had arranged for Baba to use the vacant veranda, in fact, Baba had given darshan on the ground in front of the house. He apologized to the officer and assured him that he would not do such a thing again. But the officer continued to harass him and demanded his transfer. Now it was clear why Baba, in his omniscience, had refused to use the veranda. He had inconvenienced himself to protect his lover. So many times it has been observed that Baba's sudden decisions, which often entailed changing plans and seem inexplicable at times, were always done with a reason. Even what seems like a whim, when it is the avatar's whim, is full of significance. In this case, as the government premises had not actually been used, the officer's complaints against the surveyor were ignored by the head office, and the officer himself was soon transferred to a distant place. This episode not only reveals Baba's compassion for his lover, the land surveyor, but also brought home to the villagers of Baukar his omniscience. Even today, Baba lovers witness Meher Baba's characteristic trait of making sudden and at the time baffling changes in their lives. But experience eventually convinces them that such unexpected surprises are for their own good. The avatar's whim always has its own rhyme and reason. Elimination of the ego is my specialty. After giving darshan at Baukar, Baba called Keshav, Pukar, and other main workers and asked whether the car and bus would come or not. Keshav and the others, of course, had no way of knowing, but they assured Baba that the necessary permits to use private vehicle on the government canal inspection roads had been secured, and they were sure drivers were doing their best to traverse the muddy roads, and that eventually the car and bus were bound to arrive. Baba was not happy with this answer. It was not the physical discomfort which bothered him, but the delay of traveling by bullock cart was interfering with his spiritual work, which was a matter of great concern to him. Baba declared that if the bus and the car did not arrive, he would be unable to give darshan to the villagers on the way as originally planned, for it was essential that he reach Naranga by that evening. All waited anxiously for the car and bus, but when they did not arrive, Baba and his people set off once more in the bullock carts. Fortunately, they had only gone a short distance when near Islampur. They heard a car horn sounding in the distance, and shortly a mud-splattered car and bus were spotted lurching over the road. Adarsh Khare left Rath only 33 kilometers away with the bus and car at 6 in the morning, so they could arrive in time. It was now 3:30, which meant they had managed to only a little over 3 kilometers an hour. It had been only with the greatest difficulty that they had traversed the muddy and, in places, flooded roads. Adarsh, in fact, was actually feeling triumphant that he had managed to bring the vehicles at all since the roads were so bad. Excited with his success, he was not prepared when Baba began to reprimand him for not having the vehicles on time. As Baba took Adarsh to task, it came out that his father, Gaya Prasad, had gone to Allahabad to bathe in the confluence of the Ganges and Jamuna during the Kumbh Mela. Although he was planning to return to Rath before Baba arrived there, Baba became even more displeased and conveyed, Gaya Prasad invites me to give darshan and then he himself goes to Allahabad. What a pity. Baba then began to scold Adarsh once more for not having the vehicles there earlier. Adarsh began to weep, not just because of the reprimand, but because of the inconvenience that Baba had undergone in traveling by bullock cart. But to what extent Baba was truly displeased with others is hard to know. It has been noticed that Baba sometimes expressed his displeasure at the way his orders were carried out, even when a person did his best to obey them. Perhaps this was done in order to wash away any feelings of egoistic pride that person might have developed at having successfully accomplished the work entrusted to him. Baba once told an English reporter, elimination of the ego is my specialty. He sometimes used to say, other ashrams are a vacation, nice, quiet, meditation, yoga, etc. Here we do real work. This work is sometimes painful, but is nonetheless necessary. The trick in doing something for Baba is to do one's best, but know well, if one succeeds, that it is his will and his working which have accomplished that success. We have to be very particular about doing Baba's work, but without the thought, I did it. Very, very impressionable.
Yes,
And
I would extend that to say that we should not have this I-ness even in non-Baba work, right? So in all work, if you're able to bring the provisional working ego and make it Baba doing it, that's the ideal goal. So yeah, absolutely, very
absolutely.
profound.
Thank you. In the case of Adarsh, Baba soon relented and forgave him. He even embraced him with that sudden beaming happiness of his which had the effect of completely banishing any lingering feelings of unhappiness or guilt that the one scolded otherwise might have had. Baba's love revives a dead tree. The journey from Balkar to Jarkhar, a distance of about 12 kilometers, was a lot smoother now that the bus and car were at Baba's disposal. At Jarkhar, Baba visited the hostel of the Meher Baba Junior High School, which was founded and run by Baba's dear Shri Bhai. The students and teachers alike had labored in building the hostel. In its foundation, they had respectfully placed a brick which had been touched by Baba, and Karthik.
Can you see the move page or?
No, I'm still on the, yeah, the Baba's Junior High School, which was founded and run by Baba's dear Shri Bhai. The student and teachers alike had labored in building the hostel. In its foundation, they had respectfully placed a brick which had been touched by Baba and given to them during his previous visit to Charakar on November 26, 1952. Baba now inaugurated the hostel by cutting a ribbon of flowers strung across the door instead of sitting on the dais.
Still refreshing?
No, I'm not sure. Is it my side or your side?
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
too.
That had been erected. Baba sat on the floor with the students. Then tea and sweets were served to all. At this small and informal gathering, Baba gave the following message. I feel very happy today because of what my dear Shripad has told me about the students, school, and hostel here. I wish that along with the secular education, the students also learn to love God, who is the only reality. I give my blessings to them for this, my love and blessings to you all. Although Naranga was only 5 kilometers from Jarakar, Baba made a slight detour and visited a tiny village, Dhagwan, on the way. Dhagwan was the home one uh, one of Baba's people, Vishwanath Sharma, known as Vishnu Singer. He had once heard of Baba from Baba Das, one of Baba's Mandali, who in the 40s had traveled extensively through Hamirpur district, telling people about Meher Baba. Vishnu first accepted Baba as a perfect master and later as the avatar of the age. Vishnu worked with a burning heart in Baba's divine cause and tried to please his Lord Avatar Meher Baba by composing and singing songs glorifying Baba's love. To reach Dhagwan, it was necessary to leave the canal roads and cut across the open fields. Once again, the love and longing of the villagers to have Baba's darshan was touchingly evident as they had worked tirelessly to make the paths through the fields passable. They had even put red flags along the route so that Baba's car would not mistakenly make a wrong turn into some local bullock track. Even so, it was now getting dark. Driver missed the turn and approached the village from the wrong side. Just as they neared the village, they heard a lot of people shouting at them to stop. They did so and thus narrowly averted falling into a deep ditch which was a little ahead of them. They had to backtrack to find the right turn and then approach the village again from the right side this time. Baba did not actually enter the village itself. Little way outside, Baba stopped the car and sat under a withered shisham tree to accept the homage of the people for a little while. Actually, the whole stop at Dhagwan was somewhat impromptu. Maybe it was the love of the villagers which touched Baba's heart and prompted him to allow his car to be driven across the fields in answer to their longing. Love is law unto itself. After giving darshan, there was no time for the people to perform arti. But as it turned out, Baba sat in the car for a while, giving instructions to one of the mandi, and this gave the women devotees their chance to perform Baba's arti to their heart's consent. Perhaps Baba's instructions were given precisely for that reason. Baba then continued on his way to Naranga. After a few days later, the villagers were astonished to observe that the withered sesham tree under which Baba had sat was suddenly putting out new leaves and beautifully yellow flowers. Since then, this tree has continued to be healthy even to this day, 1985, and is flourishing. This is now a platform built around its trunk, commemorating beloved Baba's visit and giving his life-giving love, which made even the barren tree under which he sat revive, and blossom. This brings to my mind another incident which occurred years later in Madras in 1930. While visiting the home of C.V. Sampath Iyengar, Baba planted a tree there. It soon grew into a huge, majestic tree. Later, when Baba gave darshan in Madras in 1947, he was led to the tree so he could see how large it had grown. A parapet had been built around it, and Baba sat on this and leaned back with his head resting against the tree's trunk. Several beautiful photos were taken of Baba in this position. But in 1968, it became obvious that something was seriously wrong with the tree, and horticulture experts were consulted. They all agreed that the tree had dried up and should be uprooted. The Iyengar family would not consent to this and said that the tree had to be saved somehow. The experts said it was impossible. The tree had been planted by Baba, so the family decided to write him. Although he was in strict seclusion at the time, they sent him a letter explaining the whole situation. The very next day, they were astonished to see a tender green leaf flutter at the spot where Baba's head had rested against the tree. Was it just a coincidence or a prompt divine response? Soon the entire tree sprouted new leaves in a spectacular display which left the horticulturists amazed. If Baba's love can revive withered tree, just think what it can do for any heart that is given to him. Truly, Baba's love, compassion, and omniscience are unfathomable. I can hand over to Namita ji now.
Yeah. Before that, let's just see this the tree that's being talked about.
You
So
went to the
this is
Iyengar's place, right? Did you?
yes. This is in Chennai, and this is the building on the first photograph on the left. And
Not yet
this,
shared.
if
Not yet shared.
Yeah, I can see. I can see.
Yeah, we can see that.
I can't see. Sorry. Okay, continue.
oh, okay, maybe there's a refresh
Wait.
delay for a few.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now it has come. Jai Baba. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see this video, unfortunately, there is this. Let me play this video.
Yeah.
So if you see that blue, oh, that's exactly not. There's a blue parapet. So if you see on the left side, there is a blue
Yes.
stone. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where Baba sat, and
Mhm.
that's a better photograph of that, right?
Mhm. Right.
And now we'll see the actual black and white photographs taken at that time. One
Mhm.
second, one second. This is in Saidapet, Chennai, the
Yeah.
residence of uh,
Iyengar's family.
Iyengar,
Yeah.
which is called the Temple of Silence. And right now it's in bad maintenance and really
Yeah.
needs help. That's the photograph of Baba sitting in that same tree.
Who owns that
So,
property now? Is the family
yeah,
own
it's the
also?
family. It's so it's the family. The family actually is it's not matriarchal, I should say. I think the girls never married or something like that. So the last of the male scions died about 5 years back, which is Niranjan's father, Mehernath. And then
Mhm.
now it's just the women, and they're all very senior, deeply into Baba, but very. I mean, I think they're sorted out. Maybe Soma knows more on what's the latest.
Yeah.
Soma from
I
Chennai.
went there in 2006 and met uh, Iyengar's daughter.
Yeah,
But even in
she's in
that
her
time,
80s, I think. Yeah.
65. Yeah, 65, 7. She very aged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
She consented entry after, I mean, they are not
Yeah, yeah.
because they're
They are not
yeah,
very.
like that.
Yeah,
It's like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And there is
you
a
have to take an appointment to go,
yes, yes, it's like that.
and
Yes,
they're
yes.
just scared. They're just very scared. So I mean, I was able
Yeah.
to speak to them and spend some time. So they're just scared because they're living alone. They're living
Yes, yes, yes.
as women alone. So they are very nervous about anybody coming in wanting
Yes, yes.
access. So yeah,
And
this
there's a
is a
beautiful picture
project.
of Baba sitting on a throne, which has got a Sheshnag kind of.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. I'll
that's
show
the
you
picture
that.
which has been taken just
This one,
opposite
this
the
one.
room.
That's
Yeah,
the
just
house. That's from the
yeah, yeah,
house.
yeah.
This is the photograph.
Yeah. It's just opposite the tree
So that was
house.
the house. That was the house, and they
Yeah,
left
yeah.
the second
So it
floor
is
for
bang
Baba.
opposite a place of
Yeah.
stay where Baba had stayed along with Mandali. So there this
Yes.
picture was taken.
Yes.
Yeah. 44.
Correct.
Yeah.
It didn't open that picture, however.
Yeah, this the one. This the one, right side one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it didn't open that particular picture. The link is showing that picture, but it didn't open that.
Yeah.
What about that Sheshnag picture?
This
It,
is the one.
Yeah. On the right
yeah,
side you see a picture which has been taken there in
So it's
that temple of
basically a
light.
decoration
I
made
see.
Yeah, yeah.
with flowers and paper, but
Yeah.
that was made for Baba. And I think it's one of these girls. This is the family, I think, and
Yes.
maybe one of the ladies is who's now there. There's another photo of Baba on top, and oh, the amazing stories about this family and Baba. They had a house in Bangalore where Baba has visited and stayed as well in Baswangudi, and they were very, very into Baba. But Iyengars are very traditional generally, and they are very, very uh, what do you say? Very, very, mm, very rarely will you see them uh, accept anything other than Vishnu. Okay, so,
I was
so
just
he was
wondering.
very unusual.
I was wondering, these properties where Baba has spent time, they're significant, iconic. When we were talking about the bus, I was thinking about what happened to that bus in which Baba sat.
Yeah,
So, I don't know. I mean, they'll just wither away if nobody does anything about them.
that risk is very high with this property. And in fact, I think there have been multiple attempts, or I should say, small, feeble attempts to help the family protect this better. But I think I don't know what's the latest. Narmada ji from Bangalore had
Mhm.
attempted something, and then I don't know what happened after that.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Ideally, it should be through the trust that they take over and
Oh, that's
do it.
very difficult.
But the trust,
I agree with your logic,
first
but
of all, it doesn't have, I think, enough funds to do all this general
exactly,
activities.
exactly,
Now that
exactly.
I saw recently, I mean, a few days back, that trust is organizing a program at Manda. This is the first time I'm seeing outside Ahmednagar. The program is being organized by trust, where there is a replica of Samadhi, where Baba had been. It's close to
Nashik,
Jabalpur. Yeah, close
Jabalpur,
to
okay.
Jabalpur,
Hmm.
where there is a which was constructed
Model
way
of
back in
Samadhi, yeah.
30s and I mean quite some time back it was done and that was kind of left in ruins and then property has been once again resurrected and made proper. It's a Samadhi replica there at Manda. So there the trust is organizing a program. It's open for everybody to join there and they're making arrangements. Jai Baba.
Jai
It's on
Baba.
5th and 4th and 5th of April.
Okay, so we'll rotate the reading. Thank you, Sunilji. And
Jai Baba.
the better half, if the better half is ready, then she can take over now. Namita ji,
Jai Baba. Thank you very much.
Jai Baba. Yes.
Baba reached Noranga at 9 that night. He and most of his party were put up in a basic primary school, while a few stayed in a pandal outside the hut of Nar Singh. Narsingh Das. The next day, February 5th, will remain as one of the most significant days in the history of the village, for it was on this day that beloved Avatar Meher Baba majestically strolled through the streets of Nauranga, accepting the homage of villagers as God and visiting their homes as a friend.
I can pause you for a minute. There is a title for this section. It's basically Baba in a subterranean meditation chamber. Second comment I have is Sanjay ji, I was struggling to try to map this journey using Google Maps, but I ended up with very, I mean, the names I could not get exactly on Google Maps. Maybe the spellings have changed, maybe they are known differently because it showed a 7 hour, 8 hour journey within these locations. So if you have time, if you could plot this on Google Maps, it'll just give us an idea of how this looks, and then you can share your screen if it's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
all these places are Nauranga, Ichaura, Bhagwan, and one more place was there.
Dhagwa.
Those
Yeah, it is
Bhagwan,
pronounced
Bhagwan.
Dhagwa. Dhagwa.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bhagwan.
Okay.
Okay,
Dhagwa.
Bhagwan.
Yeah.
ठीक है. You know better.
Yeah, I mean, because we
Yes,
keep hearing names. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Baba
do you know Nomji? No, yeah.
Baba Ram Prasad Babuji was the main host. When Baba went to his house, it was crowded with relatives. Babuji introduced his family to Baba, and then Baba asked him about the young woman standing at the back of the crowd, whom Babuji had forgotten to introduce. Babuji explained that she wasn't actually one of his family, but came from a nearby village. She had had many troubles there and was finally forced to leave her husband and seek refuge elsewhere. Babuji had generously granted her space in his house to live. Baba called her near and gave her some prasad. He lovingly consoled her, told her to remember him daily, and assured her that everything would be well and that all her troubles would be over in around 15 days, and she would be able to return to her village then. Although Babuji had not thought to introduce this woman to Baba, Baba, being the friend of the forlorn, sometimes seemed to know she was there, and just as he had said, within 2 weeks all of her problems were resolved one by one, and she returned to her village not long afterward. Baba's visit to Noranga was marked by his informal visits to the homes of his lovers. He seemed completely at ease as he was walked through the streets, visiting now this person's home, now another's. As Baba strolled through the streets, his divine effulgence seemed to flow from him in delightful ways. The villagers were overjoyed to have Baba in their midst in this way. His every gesture or movement was so captivating, so enchanting, and so suffused with divine meaning. Many of the houses had been arranged previously, but some Baba visited spontaneously. This happened in the case of Lala Ram Behror. He lived in a very poor, dilapidated house which happened to be on the route Baba was taking. Lala Ram wanted Baba to visit him, but he had been too shy to express his visit to Babuji. But Babuji was in the process of leading Baba to the next scheduled visit. Baba on his own stopped and entered Lala's house. The Mandali had taken a short cut to the next house, but Baba sent word that they should all return. Baba gestured, "Love has drawn me here." With great joy, Lala, and his wife performed Baba's arti and distributed plums afterward. Baba instructed the mandali not to throw any of the plum away, but to eat it all, excluding the pit, of course. Baba's gracious response to the call of love is immediate. One of the places Baba visited in Noranga was unusual. This was the subterranean meditation chamber of Narsingh Das, a saintly ascetic. In the floor of his hut were stairs dug out of the ground, leading down some 20 feet to two rooms. There was another tunnel going down an additional 10 feet to a small niche, 4 inches by 3 inches, carved out of the side of the deep well. The niche had originally been made for those who wanted an isolated spot to meditate. Excess and eagerness was effected by means of a rope from the top of the well. It served as a ventilation shaft for the two rooms Narsingan Das had excavated. In the larger part, Baba and the Mandali gathered while Narsingan Das performed Baba's arti. The great love and devotion on that Narsinga expressed touched all present. Baba gestured. Whenever you remember me wholeheartedly, as you have done today, I will be there with you. Say, Baba, may you never forget me. After visiting a potter's house, Baba went to Dilapat's home. In honor of Baba's visit, all the women in the family stood at the gate with large earthen pitchers used for carrying water on their heads. On top of these pitchers were placed small clay lamps, each with a wick burning in it. The women were singing devotional songs. It was a touching sight. As Baba entered Tilapat's home, a smile illuminated his face, and his eyes flashed with such brilliance that his divinity seemed to be contained therein. After Aarti was performed, Dilipat poured out his heart to adoration in adoration to Baba, his beloved, and then began to weep bitterly, saying, Baba, you are God, the ocean of purity. I feel ashamed to say that although I try to love you, remember you, impure, lustful thoughts sometimes assail me, and I feel greatly disturbed. With infinite compassion, Baba told him not to feel upset about such thoughts. He gestured, Do not worry, I will help you. And Baba lovingly offered him some prasad with his own hands. This filled Dilpat's heart with confidence to, I can't say, to confidence
To
unaffected by,
remain, yeah, to
to,
remain unaffected by his unruly thoughts.
with a wick in the heart in its, with a wick in the heart is lit with Baba, a love. Uh, Wait, I'll read it again. When a wick in the heart is lit with Baba's love, it should be kept burning by remembering him with the deepest gratitude. One finds then that the temptations of the world gradually fade away. With Baba's reassurance, Dilapat felt his faith gloriously fortified and his heart glowed with new hope. Baba also visited the home of Hiralal, who had great love for him. Although a special space had been made for Baba to sit, he sat at the floor like one of the family. With a beaming smile, Baba expressed his happiness to be in Hiralal's house and asked him if there was anything he wanted. Ask me anything and I'll give it to you, he gestured. Uh, Karthik, there's this black box. I can't read. It's over the text. Admin, MBA admin, unverified. Says, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you just have to click outside that box anywhere, just a single click, and then that will go away.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, after after a moment's hesitation, Hiralal replied, Baba, I don't know what to ask for. My mind is all confused. Baba then on. Uh, I don't know what I did. Uh,
Please go on.
wait, I lost the content. Uh, I pressed something and ah,
Oh, she, I think, left. She will join back. Yes, there she is.
Jai Baba.
Yeah.
This Hira Lal, of course, I met him. In
Hmm.
the later years, he settled in Mehrabad, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. Okay.
And when the prayers would be completed, for a minute or so, he would sing Sachidanand Parmanand by the time people are
Okay.
settling and all that. And he had a very
Okay.
peculiar style of singing. If people have visited in those days, early, late 80s and early 90s, he was there. Yeah, hey Baba,
So
Hiralalji.
before the bhajans, before the
Yeah, yeah.
aartis,
Because
after
just
prayer.
as the prayers complete, he would start singing by the time people are settling down and sitting and listening.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
he,
Interesting.
he had a very that kind of style of singing. Jai Baba.
Okay. Jai Baba. Interesting. Namita ji, you're back in action. You're on mute.
yes, his sorry about that. His
So
own
it's
loving
on. The one there was one. Yeah. Baba then on. Yeah.
uh, Baba then on. My mind is so confused, Baba then on. His own lovingly guided Hira Lal say, he own lovingly guided Hira Lal say, Baba, although I might forget you, may you never forget me. Hira Lal then repeated this request. When he finished, Baba made his graceful sign, given. Perhaps this is an indirect but meaningful indication as to what we should ask Baba. Baba
I mean,
wanted to
if I can pause
amen
you.
to that. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Baba,
Yeah. Yeah.
Baba
I
wanted
said,
to,
what a beautiful episode that we just saw.
yeah,
Baba says what Hiralal should ask. And that also is nothing but, although I might forget you,
uh,
you may never, may you never forget me.
The guy is very smart, huh?
Yeah. No, 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 no.
no,
This
no,
is
no. Baba
Baba.
said it.
Oh,
Let's
Baba
read
Baba
it
said it.
said.
again. So what
Okay.
happens is Baba then on his own lovingly
Uh-huh.
guided Hiralal in
Okay, okay.
quotations
I
say
see.
single quotation mark Baba, although I might forget you, may you never forget me, single
I
quotation
see.
close, double quotation close. So
Okay.
Baba's statement is this.
Uh,
So
Then
Baba
Hiralal
granted it to
then
him.
repeatedly, Hiralal then repeated this request. Very
Wow.
touching, very touching.
his own, okay. Baba wanted to stay in Hiralal's house a little longer, so he asked Amardhan, a kawal, to sing some good songs on love. This made the atmosphere even more charged with Baba's love, and some of the people were moved almost to tears, while one of them broke down and wept uncontrollably. At Lal Diwan's place, Baba ignored the decorated seat outside the house and walked in and sat on a charpal, a wooden bed strung with thin ropes. Mean, Meanwhile, two men stood outside and fired a volley of rifle shots in Baba's honor while he enjoyed. As Badri Prasad's home, at Badri Prasad's home, Baba again preferred to sit on the floor with the family instead of the chair they had been placed for him. After these two visits, Baba continued to move through the village but in a car. At one at one At one spot, the car passed a group of women who were standing in the road ready to perform arti to Baba. Seeing this obvious disappointment as the car passed them, Baba told the driver to stop, and they got down and walked back so that the village woman could have their heart's desire of performing his arti fulfilled. Then he continued walking to give a chance to some of the other women who were also hoping hoping, is it hoping to
Oh,
worship in person. My religion is love. Nauranga seemed ablaze with love for Baba. Kishan Singh wrote, in fact, the whole village was having a touch of ecstasy. It seemed as if the whole sky was echoing and re echoing the loving song. Welcome to our dear Lord Meher Baba. After lunch around 2 p.m., there was a public program which lasted most of the late afternoon, during which some 5,000 people took Baba's darshan. At such a time, Baba's eyes especially seemed full of love and life, and sometimes what can only be described as a divine splendor seemed to radiate from them. The villagers rushed forward eagerly to see Baba as the avatar's human form and face. Each time he comes, in divinity personified, is divinity personified in its finest design. Baba distributed prasad to all and then gave the following message. Although I appear to be silent, I speak through you all. I am ever silent and everlasting speaking, but the time has arrived when I will so on break this apparent silence, and then those who love me will see my real self. Take the prasad of love that I give with love, eat it with love, and the seed of love will be in it. The Baba lovers of the village, out of the love for Baba, which this visit had awakened, decided to build a place of worship on the very spot where Baba had given darshan. To help them give, get over the conventional ideas of temple and religion, Baba named this place for them as Meher Dham, Meher House. A year later, Baba sent one of his mandali to lay the foundation stone of Meherdam. After 5 years, Babu Ram Prasad installed a life size statue of Avatar Meher Baba inside Meherdam. At the time of its inauguration, Meher Baba sent some profound messages to be displayed on the inner walls so all who came to Meherdam would read and ponder over them. They are still there today, and in print they read, I belong to no religion. My religion is love. Always remember that ceremonies cover me, but pure worship reveals me. All those who surrender themselves to love to me will see and adore and realize that reality behind my form. The perfect master Rumi wrote the following lines which seem to refer to Avatar's advent. That monarch supreme has shut the door fast. Today he has come to the door, clothed in the garment of morality. The,
fact. Hmm.
the Avatar is infinite consciousness, clothed in human form. Uh, where is it? So
Oh,
all read from the beginning. So all the humility may eventually find the infinite reality within themselves. The form of the avatar is a bridge to the reality behind it, because when we think about his form or repeat his name or remember any of the external details of his life, we are inwardly traversing the path of real self. Meherdam at Nauranga thus helped keep the memory of Baba's visit to their village in the first week of February 1954 even fresh and alive in the hearts of his lovers there. Of the importance of place like Nauranga in the district of Hamirpur and elsewhere we can with with Hafiz, O divine beloved, your footprints on the ground you have trod will be places of worship even for advanced souls for years and years to come. A special form with three
One
options.
second, one second, one second. I'm just showing the photograph of the statue at Meher Dam. Oh, it has Ya Izdan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this last November, the main Mela was there in Aurangabad this time. Many of you must have
Okay.
seen a lot of videos being posted on the WhatsApp group.
There's a tree here. Is this the Shisham tree?
Yes, Baba gave darshan under this in Aurangabad.
Yeah, yeah. So
But the
this is the
tree which
one
was
that came
ringing,
back to life.
yeah, I think that was at,
Oh, this is Neem. This is Neem. So this
yeah,
is not the Shisham tree.
that was at Dhangwa,
Yes, Dagwa,
that tree.
Dagwa,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're doing Aarti, I think. Asli Darshan. There's a message from Baba, maybe. And Baba in the winter.
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
dress him up. They dress
He's so
him with
Yeah.
all
cute.
the shawls and caps, and even in Hamirpur also like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, as if he, yeah.
yeah. Okay, Jai Baba.
Same at
Thanks.
Dehradun. Dehradun also the same because there
They
also the
dress it up. Yeah, yeah,
statue
I've seen
is
that.
standing like this, what we see at
Hmm,
Nauranga.
correct.
Yeah,
So here's a crown. Okay. Thanks, Kama, for that timely share. Let's continue the next section. Special form with three options.
A special form with three options. On the night of February 5th, there was a Qawwali program for Baba, and the next morning, the 6th, Baba left Noranga for Rath by car, while his mandali followed in the bus. Baba had warned the bus driver several times that he should stay close to Baba's car, but invariably the would fall behind. At one point, with Baba's car out of sight, those in the bus found a locked gate across a canal road. They had the necessary permit to travel on the road, but the gatekeeper was not around. They didn't know what to do and were anxious because they knew Baba would be not be pleased if they were delayed. A little investigation showed that Baba's car must have gone around the gate, going down a ditch and then up the other side to rejoin the road. It seemed doubtful, however, that the bus, with its much greater size and all the baggage piled on top, would be able to duplicate such a fate without toppling over. Some of the Baba lovers on the bus got all the keys together and started trying them in the lock on the gate, hoping that on one of them might just open it, but to no avail. Finally, after half an hour or so, they devised a scheme for driving the bus around the gate, and with everyone's help, despite a few tense moments, they succeeded in getting into the canal road and were soon hurrying to catch up Baba's car. A typical adventure while traveling with the Avatar. Gaya Prasad Khare was Baba's host in Rath, but Baba stayed at the residence of principal of B&B Inter College After lunch, Baba visited the college where Swami Brahmanand, who had founded the institution, welcomed him. Baba expressed his appreciation of the Swami's efforts to serve the people by providing them with educational facilities. Such service, Baba explained, is an aspect of love for God. 2 years earlier, when Baba had visited Rath for the first
Rat.
time, remember,
Nomita ji, it is pronounced Rat.
okay, Rath,
Raat. Yeah, Rat.
okay.
Yeah, Rat. Yeah,
Earlier,
Devama.
when Baba had visited Rath for the first time, November 1952, the Darshan program held then had been one of the greatest given in the whole Hamirpur district. This year, the Darshan program, held on February 6th at 3 p.m., was not a large Baba's was not that large. Baba's face, however, beamed with affection as he took his seat on the dais, and the faces of his dear ones sitting near the platform sparkled like fresh flowers after a springtime shower. Part of the message which was read out to those assembled is as follows: I have come down from the highest to your level, so take me to be yours, and naturally, automatically, you become mine. I have come down to your level, and if on that level you love me with all your heart, you will come to my real level, because I am in you all. Before leaving Ra, क्या था वो राठ
Rat,
Rat.
rat, rater,
Rat.
rater.
Before leaving
Rat.
Ra, Baba
Yeah.
gave a sort of overwarning to the Mandali traveling with him, just as he had reprimanded some of them for eating berries without asking the owner's permission at Ichwara. Now, in a general way, he admonished some of them being lax in their duties. With a serious look, Baba added, Today, I want you all to understand one thing. You all have been given duties, and Pendu is the controller. You all must cooperate with him. Baba went on to warn that in the ensuing Andhra tour, there would be so many people pressing forward to have his darshan, to touch him, that unless the Mandali were more diligent in attending to their duties and in cooperating with Pendu, there would be unfortunate incidents. In 1952, before going to the West, Baba had sent Irich and Pendu to travel around India disseminating his messages of love and truth. During the travels, if they found someone whose heart seemed overflowing with love for Baba, they would give them they would give that person a copy of certain form they carried with them. The form had four separate categories to be checked. The the person receiving the form was supposed to sign it and check whether they were willing to um, dedicate dedicate their money, their property, their service, or or their very life to Baba. Similarly, in
So there
uh,
is a, okay, it came from Glimpses of the Godman, Volume 3. I was also thinking a similar form was there before.
you know,
So
uh, it's like Google Docs and Excel sheets at that time,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
Baba has set up a blueprint for this phase of humanity by using the alphabet board, by, the way he used to run events, the way he makes people in charge of them. That's how things happen everywhere in the world these days. Now we use technology, but Baba was the one who created the blueprint for this phase of growth for humanity. Jai Baba, this is just a thought.
No, no,
Similarly,
absolutely.
Similarly, in December 1953, about a month before Baba left for Hamirpur, Keshav Nigam, at Baba's request, had a form printed in Hindi which was distributed to Baba lovers in Hamirpur district. Once again, there were options, each indicating a different level of commitment to Baba. The first option was to be checked only by those who were ready to completely renounce all worldly attachments, so they would be free to do anything Baba wanted, and who were willing to give their lives to Baba if need be. Those who were partially but not completely free from their worldly responsibilities, but who were willing to do any sort of work that Baba asked them to do without sacrificing their lives, were to check the second option. And the third option was for those who had many pressing worldly commitments, but who were nonetheless willing to do anything Baba asked in whatever spare time they had. After leaving Rah, Baba reached Dhanori. It was here that Baba had called a meeting of all those who had signed one of the options in the forms given them by Keshav. Darbar Khas at Dhanori. Uh, uh,
Maybe we can get one more reader in if it's
yeah,
okay with you.
yes, of
Thank
course.
you,
I just have
Amita ji.
one thing. Maybe we can do a little exercise
Sure.
and apply these points. If we were the ones who were
I was
given
thinking
this
of the same.
to fill, what would all of us say? Um, i- what would you say, Karthik?
Last option.
What?
The
What?
last option was for those who had many pressing worldly commitments, but who were nonetheless willing to do anything Baba asked in whatever spare time they had.
Okay,
So
good.
the four options were whether you're willing to dedicate money, their property, their service, or their very life. But then the the description here is probably more suitable to me. Whereas if it were choices, I would say I'm ready to dedicate my life. But yeah.
Sanjay ji.
But again, it's you have to think and answer, right? So it has to be truthful to yourself and to Baba. So it's a very tough form. It's not easy.
बाबा ने तो
No, but
सोचने
that's
का
also
टाइम
right.
दिया था.
No,
बाबा ने सोचने का टाइम दिया था, वो आप नहीं दे रहे. You are putting a gun. You are putting a gun on our head and अभी बताओ.
नहीं, 4 साल से पढ़ रहे हो, अब तक नहीं पता चला फिर
जय बाबा.
आप क्या करोगे? बोलो संजय जी, प्रॉपर्टी करो मेरे नाम, खत्म करो मामला.
हाँ, वो ऑप्शन अच्छा है. हाँ, right.
I think I would also like to do the first one, give everything, then
Give
just
everything away. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. स्पेयर टाइम क्या है? अगर सारा उनको दे दिया, सारा टाइम ही स्पेयर है फिर, है ना? फिर तो बस बाबा के बारे में सोचना है, बाकी जिस जिस तरह वो मोड़े बस चलना है. अभी तो हमें लगता है ना कि थोड़ा सा कंट्रोल हमारे हाथ में है, हम ही बड़े बड़े सृष्टि के रचता है. जब सब
Steering.
प्रॉपर्टी कार सब, फिर जिस रास्ते चलाए चल चल फिर
चल पड़ो. हाँ, हाँ.
यू आर सो इजी.
Complete and abject surrender of everything.
मामा, would you do?
Include. जय बाबा.
जय बाबा. Mama ji,
Yeah.
what would
Yes.
you do? At what stage are you in Baba's love?
No, reading this, hearing all the comments, what I feel is if I can keep Baba in my heart all the time, that is enough for me.
So you will keep the property and Baba in your heart. Oh, that's a good
No,
choice.
property is no issue, actually. Because
But property will keep you away from Baba. Some painting, some repair, some cleaning.
yes, that is always there. In
That's
spite
always
of that,
actually.
if you
All
can
these
keep
things
him in my heart,
keep us busy in the world, you know. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Ashish ji, what would you do?
I don't have any property. My father has small house in Amravati. That's it. I I don't own any
He's
property.
he's earning money to build one.
Okay, that's good.
I don't not
If
really not
that-
interested. Really not interested
Okay,
to
okay.
yeah. Don't want any liabilities.
I see.
Nothing.
And Kama? Kama is already on number 1. He's
Yeah,
already
he's already on number one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Tamagotchi.
have answered the question. Like they say, the Krishnamurti said the answer lies in the question. So probably yes, the first three parts. The fourth part, if we ask, why not?
Yeah. And the other thing is happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Belated,
Thank
Happy
you.
yes.
birthday, Kamaji. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
पार्टी मेहराबाद में लेंगे.
Keep keep getting born in Baba's love.
सुनील
Okay.
जी, आप क्या करोगे?
मैं क्या करूंगा?
हाँ.
मैं
आपसे पूछ के
मैं
बताएंगे.
अपने सारे पैसे मैं नमिता जी के नाम कर दूंगा. मैं बाबा के पास चला जाऊंगा.
Safe answer. Safe answer. She takes the final call.
बच गया, बच गया, आज तो बच गया.
बाल बच गए.
Smart answer, Sunil.
इसका ये जन्म भी सुधर गया, अगला भी.
अगला भी.
ये सब रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
जय
Copy
बाबा.
to your son and
जय
daughter.
बाबा जय.
Playing this little game. जय बाबा. Okay,
जय
over to
बाबा.
you. Everybody.
Who wants to read? Anybody? Mama ji, Ashish.
I can read.
So,
Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead. How's
Darbar
Dad?
Khas.
Dad is fine now?
He is perfectly fine. He will be moving from
Wonderful.
Pune to Amravati maybe February after 31st January, maybe
Okay.
February first week.
Wonderful. Good to
Are
know.
you coming to Mehrabad for Amar Tithi, Ashish, by the way?
No. Maybe I will
Okay.
visit to India maybe in March, after March
Okay.
sometime.
Okay.
Yeah. Darbar Khas at Dhanori. Several times during Baba's Hamirpur tour, he emphasized the importance of the meeting to be held at Dhanori, which he referred to as a Darbar Khas, special session of the court. Earlier, Baba had given instructions that a quiet place be found to hold it in because he did not want any interruptions or disturbances once the meeting was underway. That morning, Baba made some visits to the homes of his lovers and then was led to place where the Darbar-e Khas was to be held. When he saw that it was near the pandal which had been set up for the public darshan, he was not at all pleased. Baba considered this site totally unsuitable for such an important meeting, and so the primary school in the village was chosen as an alternative. However, the school proved to be too small to accommodate all the lovers who had checked one of the three options. In addition to this, the school was open on all sides. Baba was upset and gestured, I wanted to hold this meeting where he would be free from all disturbances from outside. This place, the school is totally unsuitable. It seems the organizers did not realize the importance of this meeting. Baba asked all those who had chosen either of the last two options to leave. When this was done, he had asked Kesho Nigam whether all those who had volunteered for the first option were present. Keshav said said that all who had come to Dhanori were present, but that two people had not yet arrived in town. Baba looked displeased and conveyed through gestures. These are the lovers who wish to decide to dedicate their lives to me. Yet, from the very beginning, there is not 100% obedience to a simple instruction to be present here at a certain time. If the foundation is weak, the whole structure will collapse. Those who have expressed their readiness to completely renounce their worldly attachments and have signed the form did not realize the significance of the opportunity given to them by me. Baba then turned to one of those present and asked, are you ready to give your life form? The person replied, yes, Baba. But Baba was not omnified. He mollified. He still looked serious and annoyed over the absence of the two who had ignored the form but had not arrived in time for the meeting. Baba gestured, "My mood has been spoiled." Baba then cancelled the whole meeting, commenting that if they could not even follow the preliminary order given through Keshav to be at Dhanori on the 7th, they would undoubtedly fail to follow any of his subsequent orders. Baba pointed out that if they could not obey him in such simple things, they would never be able to give their very lives for him. It was their enthusiasm which had prompted them to check the first option. Baba remarked, but mere enthusiasm was not enough as it lacked real strength of heart. Baba continued, people give their lives for their families, their friends, and for their country. But to give one's life for Baba's cause is a different matter entirely. Baba explained further, I have not assumed human form to give darshan or so that people can perform my arti or puja. The angels have been doing that for me for ages. Those things don't interest me. I have come for different purpose. Now I will have to do my work personally with that thought, my mandali. Seeing the distress
With
of,
and through my mandali. Now I
yeah,
will
with
have to
and
do my work personally with and through my mandali.
yeah, seeing the distress on the faces of his lovers, Baba softened the blow of the meeting's cancellation by assuring those present that they should not worry about renouncing the world. They should simply go on attending to their everyday duties, but while doing them, from now on, they should try to think of him. Their main concern should be to love him. This love should reach such a pitch that their hearts become mad with divine agony, and yet there should not be the least element of show in it. If this was not possible, Baba explained, then the next best thing was for all to attend to their worldly duties, but with the understanding that they were doing it all for Baba. And if they could not do that, they lastly they should serve the people without any desire for name or fame. Baba continued, the essence of Lok Seva, service of the people, is to give happiness to others at the cost of your own happiness. But in a sense, true Lok Seva is that which inspires others to love me, because in loving me, they shall find everlasting freedom. Baba concluded with a remark that the meeting he had wanted to conduct that day at Dhanori would have to be held in 700 years. When he came again, Baba then embraced all who were there individually. Most of them were weeping because Baba had felt it necessary to cancel them meeting in which they had expected him to accept them in his cause. To
Would
console
you
them.
like? I would like the first sentence to be repeated and ponder on.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. Maybe if we can go a little bit up. Um, yeah. Baba concluded with a
This
remark
line?
that
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Baba Baba concluded with a remark that the meeting he had wanted to conduct that day at Danori will have to be held in 700 years. When he came again, Baba then embraced all who were individually. Most of them were weeping
The
because
purport of this sentence. Any
No,
ideas
there's
from
there's
the?
more. There's more on the next paragraph. So just hold your thought.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
because Baba had felt it necessary to cancel the meeting in which they had expected him to accept them in his cause. Okay, shall I continue or
Yeah, yeah. Please continue. Please continue.
okay, to console them. Baba repeated that they should simply continue to do their duty, but all the while remember him more and more. It did not occur to all those who were so terribly disappointed that in declaring that he would have to told the meeting in 700 years. Baba was perhaps indirectly promising them that they would be with him when he comes again. Of course, this is only a guess. Unfathomable are the avatar's ways, but every disappointment always bears within it the seeds of even greater future happiness. Who are the Mandali?
No, no, hold on. Now we'll discuss that 700
Yeah, yeah.
years question. So, yeah, Mamaji, go ahead.
No, so what I feel was the advent of Avatar and repeat advent of Avatar is to bring us to this final goal of total surrender to him. So he repeatedly comes and then tries to bring the community of the souls around. So this aspect and this has not happened completely this time also. So but keep moving, and each cycle will accelerate and reach the goal sometime later. So that's what Baba is hinting at. That's what my view.
Yeah, I think Sanjay ji, remember, I think we were talking this topic last Thursday on the Bombay Zoom call.
Yes, yes.
So it is 700 years, not 700 or 1400 years. It is 700. Baba has been very clear. And yes, you're right, Mamaji. The cycle will continue. This is one of the best advents that we know. More, but there is still work to be done. The forces of Maya will again act, and then the wick of righteousness will wither away. And in 700 years, Baba will be back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baba,
Okay.
but we won't be back. You know why?
No, that is also
Uh,
hinted there. We will be there probably.
By that time, most of us will get liberation. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई छोड़ना
हाँ,
नहीं
हम
वो
लोग
बात
तो होंगे ना, annihilation हो गया होगा हमारा।
है
नहीं, नहीं, एक बात है, between the choices of spiritual progress, ordinary mukti, and the reward of being in his company when he is in form, I would say I would choose being back in 700 years, honestly. Right? I know ordinary mukti is my goal, but contrasted or given a choice with against being with him to be of physical service to him and around him, I would love to do that.
चलो जी,
That's my
goal set.
personal goal set हो गया, goal reset हो गया.
Very, very good. अच्छा जा रहे हो, अच्छा जा रहे हो।
No, no, no. It doesn't mean I'll be doing lifetimes till then. With Baba's grace, I may just come back only then, hopefully. I'll be in some astral state till then.
हाँ, तुमको
700
you want
years,
to
see, the time is
eat
only in
the
creation. So we'll not realize after you drop the body.
cake and have it too. मुझे आना भी है और मुक्ति भी। In between मैं ऐसे बहुत अच्छा।
Sorry, Baba. Complex query. Complex request.
बाबा इसको दोगे तो हमें भी देना।
Ah. ठीक है. So I think we will stop at this point.
No, we will read that monthly part of it because it is in continuity, I think.
Yeah, but I think it's a big section. Anyway, yeah, let's read a
Anyway,
little more.
okay.
Yes. Yeah, let's read it.
are,
Let's read a
are you
little more.
reading?
Yeah. Who are the Mandali? After the postponement of the Darbar Khas, Baba left the school to give darshan to the public and the villagers. During such darshan programs, Baba would sometimes converse with the mandali and workers who were on the days with him, seeing to all the small details that had to be attended to. As someone approached, Baba might, for example, ask one of the mandali if one person had been given the message which he had wanted to give to him. Or Baba would remind someone that they should notify a certain person about a meeting which has to be held later. One of the reasons Baba occupied himself with such a concern may be that if he had simply sat there silently focusing his full attention on those before him, his presence would have been too great for people to endure. Baba once remarked that the hardest thing for him was not to reveal his glory, but to conceal it. Yet, out of his compassion for us, he took pains to do just that so that we might have the courage to approach him on our level. I will read that again. Baba once
Yeah,
remarked
sure.
that the hardest Baba once remarked that the hardest thing for him was not to reveal his glory, but to conceal it. Yet, out of his compassion for us, he took pains to do just that so that we might have to have the courage to approach him on our level. As Baba took his seat, his divine radiance enveloped the crowd. His message for this particular program was, I am now one of you. I am on your level. Wherever you find yourself, I am there too. I am small, big, poor, rich, illiterate, literate, try to love me and make me yours because already you are mine. As the darshan program continued, one of Baba's close ones asked Baba just exactly who the Mandali were. This question was prompted by Baba's earlier remark during the abbreviated Darbar Khas that he would now have to do his work personally and with the Mandali. In them, in the midst of the busy darshan program, with message being read out and translated, and Baba singling out certain individuals for special attention. He found time to gesture. The main thing is that there has to be a feeling of intimacy on both sides. To be one of the Mandali, one must feel intimate with me, but at the same time, I too must feel intimate with them. Baba added, Baba added that those people who had been staying with him for years and who asked for nothing were his Mandali. He concluded, the Mandali are those intimate ones who are prepared to sacrifice their all for me, the one who gives his life to Baba and leads a life totally under his guidance, who does not ask for any kind of reward, who does not care what happens to him, whether he is ruined or whatever, oh sorry, or whether he prospers, and who takes pleasure in pleasing Baba in one of the mandali. As there were several other, yeah,
So actually, you can read this again. What is the
yeah,
mandali?
yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yes, the mandali are those intimate ones who are prepared to sacrifice their all for me, the one who gives his life to Baba and leads a life totally under his guidance, who does not ask for any kind of reward, who does not care what happens to him, whether he ruined or whether he prospers, and who takes pleasure in pleasing Baba in one of the mandali.
I think we
As
can pause here
Mhm.
also
Yes,
and
Okay,
continue
Jai,
from the.
and you can
Jai
mark
Yeah.
out
Baba.
that paragraph.
Uh,
Jai Baba.
I
Yes.
just wanted to let you know today is also Baba's 132nd birthday as per the Parsi calendar. And as per the date is the Roj Teeth and the month of Shehre War. Jai Baba. Today's Baba's
Jai
birthday.
Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. The Parsi calendar. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Jai Baba.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Birthday, dear Baba. Happy birthday to
Birthday
To
you.
to
ये लोग
you.
गाते
you.
हैं
Jai
ना,
Baba.
they sing something, the Parsis for Baba's birthday.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
there is. Yeah, yeah.
Hasne, hasne something.
There is a Gujarati song also, birthday song that they sing, which is a the Gujarati, the Parsi Gujarati basically,
Yeah.
not the Persian, but Parsi Gujarati.
मैंने सुना है बाबा के
Yeah,
बर्थडे
yeah.
गाते हैं ना.
Yes, yes. मैंने भी सुना है, मेरे पास कहीं है भी लिखा हुआ, बट अभी याद नहीं है मुझे.
ठीक है. Happy birthday, Baba.
Happy birthday, Baba.
Happy birthday. Yeah, Baba.
Happy birthday, Baba. Yes. Okay. On that note, we wrap up. And just a reminder, I'll again repeat it tomorrow. We will not have either of the sessions on Saturday or Sunday next week, right? So we
Why?
will meet tomorrow, but I don't think I don't even know where I'm going to be. So I we'll just call it off. It's Amar Tithi on Sunday next.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, so we'll call off Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, Jai Baba. In
Jai
this
Baba.
Jai
Jai Baba.
Baba.
Jai
Thank you
Baba.
very
जय
Jai
बाबा
Baba.
जय बाबा
much.
Jai
Jai
Baba.
Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai
We are
Baba.
crossing the
Jai
river
Baba.
of life, holding each other's hand in Baba's love.
Yes. Yes.
What a
Let's
blessing.
visualize that and let's bring Baba into helping us. Thank you. Jai Baba.
Jai
अवतार में
Baba.
बाबा
Jai
जय.
Baba
Baba
ki
ki
jai.
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 Thank you. Bye.